My name is Akram,
My name is Amina,
and we're going to talk about 15 questions and answers. I'm ancient.
and I'm modern.
Amina, my first question is, what was the Trans-Saharan Trade Network?
Uh, the 1 second, I'll look in my notes. The Trans-Saharan Network was
Across the Sahara.
across the Sahara. Um, it's at the historic peak of trade. It began around 300 CE.
It was traded by what? Do you know?
It was traded.
The most used thing everyone used to use like a long time ago in trading.
Camels.
Yeah.
The average size per caravan was 1,000 camels.
And do you know who was it stated by?
Ibn Battuta.
Yep.
What is West Africa known for?
West Africa was West African continent was comprising the countries of Benin, and Cameroon, and Cabo Verde and Chad,
Yeah.
and the Gambia and Ghana.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Niger River,
Yeah, yes.
Nigeria, and Senegal.
Yeah.
Okay.
My second question is, what led immediately to the fall of the Kingdom of Ghana?
A museum group named
A Muslim.
a Muslim group named Almoravids showed us
Almoravids.
showed a horrifying invasion of the capital city, Mumbai Saleh.
Yeah. Is that it? You know?
It's
Do you know
less
what
than
did they
200
trade?
years later.
The
They
international
traded
international.
salt, gold, and other important things. The kingdom was unsafe and unable to stop the defeat.
Yeah.
What was Africa like before European contact?
The European contacted them. Yeah. Like of course the people suffered.
Yes.
They suffered the most. They suffered from the most from the
Transatlantic slave trade.
that were civilized and organized and
Technologically advanced people.
thank you. And long before the arrival of European slaves, it was trying to suggest they were
For people.
backward people.
Okay.
Number 3, I want you to describe what happened the Gold Age of Mali.
I know that Mansa Musa ruled throughout the golden age of the Mali.
Yeah, you read that from the book, right?
Yes. It endured for around 1235
2.
to 1670 CE. I know that Mansa Musa got the throne in year 1312. At the time, it was the world's largest producers and exporters for gold.
Of gold.
This made them, of course, unbelievably rich.
Who? The Mansa Musa and what?
Mansa Musa
And his empire.
and the empire.
Yeah.
What did West Africa trade?
I think they traded gold,
Yes.
cotton,
Yeah.
cloth,
Yeah.
metal, and
Ornaments and leather goods.
is that it? I
No,
thought they
across-
traded salt and
across the-
ivory.
Across the Trans-Saharan trade routes in exchange for copper, horses, salt, textiles, and beads. Later, ivory, slaves, and cola nuts were also traded. You didn't do your study, did you? Okay.
I want you to tell me some of the major trade cities.
Timbuktu, Gayo, Agadez, Masas. I'm sorry, these are very hard to read. And Djenne.
And do you know what did they trade along the North Coast Sea?
Um, uh, um,
Marrakesh.
no, these such. These are cities.
Yeah, cities. It
Marrakesh.
says trade cities.
Oh, Marrakesh, Tunis, and Cairo.
Okay. Have a question.
Okay, yeah, I have a very good question. Why was salt traded for gold?
I think because salt. I think because the West Africans use salt for their. I think for the food that they eat, so it's better than gold because they got used to the salt and that stuff. I read that somewhere.
What?
I read that somewhere that they.
No,
Yeah, that they think.
camel caravans from North Africa carried bars of salt as well as cloth, tobacco, and metal tools across the Sahara for trading centers, like the Djenne, the Timbuktu, and the Nile River. Some items for which the salt was traded including gold, ivory, slave skins, cola nuts, pepper, and sugar.
So the answer I did was wrong.
It,
I read it somewhere. Like.
yeah, well, I better study harder. I'm just kidding.
What was the main mode of transportation along the African trade routes?
Oh, traders moved their valuables across the Sahara in large group called caravans. Camel caravans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Sometimes slaves carried values as well.
Okay.
Caravans gave protection from outlaw. A typical caravan would weigh around 1,000 camels. That's all I got. How many countries are in West Africa?
West Africa?
Yes.
I think 17.
Yes.
Do I have to name them?
Just name 4.
Benin, as you said at first, because
Yeah, Benin.
yes, and Chad,
Yeah.
Ghana,
Yeah.
Mali,
Yeah. Senegal.
Senegal.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
Yeah. Okay. When did the Ghana Empire start?
Ghana is the first of great medieval trading empires of Western Africa. It was set between the Sahara and the headwaters of the Senegal and Niger rivers. In the area that embraced southeastern Mauritania and part of Mali, Ghana was colonized by Soninke clans of men. لا مش اسمي. لا أنا اسمي أمينة حسين.
لا
We'll cut this part.
لا عادي يلا
يعني النقطة دي موافقة؟
يلا.
We're very sorry for the interruption. Ghana was colonized by Soninke clans of Mande speaking people.
Waiting for a question.
What did Songhai trade?
I think they traded koala nuts, gold and ivory, slaves, spices, and salt, cloth, arms. Is that also? Or is that for another question?
What No, no. You're right. You're right. They
Thank
also
you.
traded cola nuts, ivory,
Koala nut.
cola nuts,
Cola nuts.
palm oil.
I said cola nuts, but I didn't say palm oil.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What was the role of trade in West Africa? No, wait, no. What were Ghana's accomplishments?
Okay. Ghana built or made their economy by trade because of their great accomplishment of trading and gold mining. Ghana also made other tradable valuables, which is also used by trading through the trans-Saharan trade. Those are the accomplishments that Ghana accomplished.
Okay, I have a question. If you were one of the people that traded there, slaves and stuff, what would you do? Or feel?
I would feel really like bad.
Relief? Oh, man.
No, I wouldn't feel relieved. I would feel relieved because like they don't have that now.
Yeah, will you try to stop them?
Of course I will, but like I know I wouldn't like be able to go into the royal.
And what if you were one of the royal family?
I would also try to stop that. Being from the royal family and rich wouldn't like stop me from fighting for people's rights. Can you please lower your voice?
Yes.
How did Ghana become wealthy?
By trading. Like one of the trading.
Yeah, because they traded salt with gold.
Excuse me.
We're sorry, Mr. Rashka. Because salt was worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, they traded salt and gold.
Yeah,
and
because
so
gold
the
was
slaves.
abundant in the kingdom.
And that's how it became wealth.
Yes, Islamic merchants traveled over 2 months through the desert to reach Ghana and do business.
And
They were taxed for both what they brought in and what they took out.
What?
Yes.
Wait.
Akram.
Salt was worth its weight in gold. You said that, right?
Yes.
So salt is as valuable as gold.
Yes.
But how?
Well, apparently they didn't. Apparently they didn't recognize how important gold is.
So salt was better.
No.
Like before.
Before, yeah, they thought that salt was as
But now
important
it's
as
gold.
gold.
When is the login?
But now it's gold, right?
Hi, Akram.
We're in the middle of a video. Okay. How and why did the trade networks initially develop in West Africa?
How and why did the
African goods?
African goods and other valuables were caught up with Europe long before European traders went along with the systems of money that developed and allowed exchange of valuables come to Africa. That's how and why the trade networks initially developed in West Africa. Correct?
Yes. Yes. Completely right.
Okay, thank you.
You studied, right?
Yes, I
You're
did.
not cheating?
How can I cheat?
I don't know.
How were the slaves captured?
You know.
Well, most of the Africans who were enslaved were captured in battles or were kidnapped. Though some of them were sold into slavery for debt as a punishment, right? Are you even focusing?
The captives were marched. The captives, were marched to the
Captives.
coast, often enduring long journeys of weeks or even months. shackled to one another.
يعني تسكت.
أكرم بنطق عادي.
Why was trade important to ancient African civilization?
Some of the important trading resources such as gold and salt and trade routes that helped different cultures to interact and develop to one another.
What?
A wide variety of peoples developed throughout ancient Africa over the whole time course of history.
Oh. Like the whole time or the course of history?
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, I do. What was Ghana Empire known for?
I think they were known for, the medieval trading.
Yes. Medieval, I think.
Yeah, the medieval trading of the empires of Western Africa.
Yes.
And
It was situated.
of Western Africa because it was
What
it
was
was
it situated
situate-
between?
it was situated between the Sahara and the headquarters of the Senegal and the
Niger
Niger River.
Okay. Your question.
مش عارف ايش تعمل.
Okay, my question is, how did Ghana rise?
Population grew. The food production grew aggressively. This is when Ghana, of course, rose to become a powerful empire. Ghana's first people were thought to be farmers.
Yeah. Was that news for you?
Ghana was massively miner on the day Ghana discovers iron.
Ghana with all this power and wealth.
Will create a powerful army. A man that
It
conquered,
already created a powerful army.
conquered many lands.
You know some of the land that have been conquered?
No.
Yeah?
Do you know?
No. I thought I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I thought you knew.
Why was the gold salt trade important?
Why was the gold salt trade important for who, like the Western African people?
Yes. Who else?
Trade routes that
17.
connected from North Africa carried bars of salt as well as cloth, tobacco, and metal tools across the Sahara in trading centers like I don't know what and Timbuktu and the Niger.
Centers like Djenne and Timbuktu on the Niger River.
Djenne.
Okay.
Oh. What did West Africa trade?
West.
What did West Africa trade?
Items. The main items traded in West Africa were gold and salt.
Were only gold and salt?
The
other items that were-
clothes, beads, nuts, slaves, metal goods, and ivory.
Do you know some of the metal goods?
No.
Okay. Do you have a question for me?
Yes. How did trade and Portuguese influence West Africa?
The Portuguese traded goods for slaves and captured by the
Slaves
Congo.
captured.
The slaves were captured in the Congo in wars against rival kingdoms in the interior, and other than small amounts of copper and raffia cloth, the area did not provide any profitable trade in gold and silver, which was disappointing for the Portuguese.
What did the Portuguese trade with Africa?
طبعا انتوا خلاص كده 20 minutes.
What did the Portuguese trade with Africa?
Isn't it my turn?
It's 20 minutes.
Isn't it my turn?